do, 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 do. Here we are. Here we are. Born to be kings and the princes of the universe. Yeah. Once again, the Queen Fish. I see you. Look familiar, but it's all good. It is what it is. Right here, drinking probably. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, once again, as always, this live stream may or may not be for you, but consider this: it's the late shift with your man Mel Mel, clocking in. Who's on first? Mel Mel. Here we are. Here we are, born to be kings and the princes of the universe. Anyway, I don't know. That was a good day. Long day. That's what that is. Anyway, hopefully you had a good day. Maybe we could talk about the best thing that happened today for you, for me. Probably was lunch. I don't know. Anyway, I can't think of what the best thing was that happened today. Anyway, let me get into what I came here to talk about. What I came to talk about is being polite. Sometimes, I don't know if you ever had this problem. Sometimes I could be a little bit too polite. You get too much into the please and the thank yous and all the stuff like that. And I'm somebody who may need to curse a little bit and be a little disrespectful or whatnot. My mother's watching. Woo! All right, oh my God, guess who? I was talking crazy and I dropped my phone. Yes, I did, for a new app. It's looking good for me. You look familiar. The Queen Fish. Yeah. Smash the like button. Thank you, Emily Roberts. I appreciate you. Anyway, welcome to the late shift. I thought about calling it the night shift, but I call it the late shift because I'm here. Don't get me lying. But thank you for hitting the like button, the smash button, the everything button. I don't know if you ever had this problem. Maria Rita. Okay. You look familiar. I just wanted to make sure I know who that is. Thank you, Cargo 619, for coming through. The Twinkie was kind of dry, but I got two more in the background. Not that I need them. Anyway, I don't know if you ever had this problem, because I've been always taught to say please and thank you and be kind and all that other stuff, right? Shout out to you though, Cargo. Shout out to everybody. Emily, Queen Fish, Emily, Roberts, all y'all. I don't know if you ever had this problem. Sometimes you can be a little bit too polite, and people may mistake your kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? You say please, you say thank you, can I, may I, stuff like that. May be polite. Excuse me. Got the Twinkie still on my hand. May have a certain type of etiquette. I'm about to change it back to Maria Rita when 90 days is up. You're doing a 90-day challenge. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Do what you got to do, Maria Rita. Make it happen. Sometimes I find myself in a situation where, you got to have balance, because I was talking to a priest today and saying how you don't want to be the doormat. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you could become the doormat if you're too kind, if you're too nice, if you're too sweet. Sometimes you have to learn how to say no. Shout out to Mom Dukes. My mom, she was a staunch, advocate of saying no, learning how to say no, learning how to accept the word no. It was something she was practiced at, but knowing how to be rejected and dealing with rejection sometimes, it's a challenge and it's a hard thing within itself, but it's necessary. It's necessary to be able to say no to people. It's necessary to be able to tell folks, look, I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. I'm not going to let you take me to a negative space, a negative point in my life. It's kind of crazy like that, but I don't know. Like I said, sometimes you can just be too kind to people. Sometimes you could put yourself in a situation where, where you were just trying to, give them an open door. You just become the doormat, and you don't want to do that. by, being overly nice and not sticking up for yourself and not, you know, doing what you need to do, as far as, being able to, be your own person, or not just be your own person, but not being afraid to offend people, and shout out to the one person that's still here with me. Shout out to anybody and everybody that came through to the chat. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. It's important to have thick skin and a softer heart. Setting boundaries, it's hard keeping them. It's harder, but never let someone get comfortable disrespecting you. Yes, Cargo, I agree with that. And sometimes when you're too polite, people will get comfortable disrespecting you. People will get comfortable trying to, basically, call you out your name, or, make you get out of character, whatever the case may be. And it's important to, have to separate yourself from people like that. And unfortunately, I've had to separate myself from people, who who actually um, who actually felt it was okay to disrespect me. And I do have a hard time talking about it because I don't really like to cut people off. I really don't like to distance myself from people. I really don't like to make a situation where, I have to, disassociate with folks because they feel like it's okay to disrespect me. Now, if I disrespected you, and you coming back at me with disrespect because I put that out in the earth, I totally understand that. Yeah, I definitely understand. And it's hard, Cargo, because sometimes these people are family members, sometimes these people are friends, sometimes these people are co-workers. They could be bosses. They could be people that you may want to be in a romantic relationship with. It's kind of challenging, like that, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to be with somebody who respects you. But it's important to be with somebody or to be around people, who really, value your presence and whatnot. What's going on, Egyptian Gamer Geek? Yeah, that's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. Thoughts and prayers with Megan and that situation that she was going going through and whatnot. Yeah. So rest in peace. Definitely rest in peace to her moms. It happened. It happened a couple of days ago. Cargo. It's happened a couple of days ago. If I'm not mistaken and whatnot. So, but shout out to Megan. Rest in peace to her mother and whatnot. She's in a better place now. But like I said, I don't want to get too deep into somebody else's situation. Yeah, no, definitely. Cargo. It's a sad situation. It really is. Yeah. That's really what that is. It's rough. It's rough sometimes with life, how that goes. I got sidetracked for a minute. Yeah, but Egyptian Gaming Geek, that pretty much that's what that was going on. That's what's happening and whatnot. As far as being polite, yeah, he's definitely send thoughts and prayers, Egyptian Gaming Geek. But as far as being polite, sometimes, when it comes to, dealing with people, you have to have balance. You have to know when to, be strict. You have to know when to say no. You have to know when to cut people off. You have to know when to keep it moving. You have to know when, not to let, people feel comfortable disrespecting you and, taking you out of character and putting you in a vein in a place where you don't need to be and whatnot. Just be careful on who to be kind to. Yeah, I mean, being kind to any and everybody is not a problem. It's I think it's being careful when you're kind to a person, because kindness, never hurts. Never hurts. Not that I believe of. It never hurts to be kind to a person, even if it's somebody you don't care for, you don't particularly like, or somebody who has wronged you. As the prayer goes, bless those that curse you and pray for those that despitefully use you. So it's a situation where you do want to have balance, and being kind to somebody, even if you don't like them, even if you don't care for them, even if, you consider them an enemy and stuff like that, is necessary, because it's easy to be kind to people, and nice to people who, have our best interests in mind, who we like, who we care for, who we love, but the reality is the challenge is being kind to people, who, we don't care for. It says a lot about our character and whatnot, and our time of need and, things of that nature and whatnot. So, definitely that's a must. That's a plus right there. The part I hate though most when you're trying to be kind to somebody, when you're trying to uplift somebody and build somebody, is that they take your kindness and they see it for weakness. Or sometimes when you're in a relationship with somebody, no problem. Thank you, Egyptian Gamer Geek. Thank you for coming by. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to make sure to send us some love. No, there's nothing wrong with sending us some love. Definitely, Cargo. I'm just here right now. For those that don't know, that was going on. I try not to, bring in somebody else's business, but that's just what it is. What's going on, Cheryl? Appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for coming through to the stream. Welcome to the late shift. I don't know why I keep thinking the night shift, but welcome to the late shift. It's late. It's late in the evening and whatnot over here on the East Coast. Just trying to make it happen and whatnot. Thank you. Just talking about being kind to folks, just talking about being polite, and sometimes how people take it and they just run with it. They think it's the green light, to possibly, take advantage of you, make you the doormat. And it's something like Cargo 619 was saying in the chat, still somewhat light here. Well, yeah, that's what it is. I can imagine you probably a couple of hours behind. What's going on, Slayer? I see you, man. I see you. I see you. What's popping is I am just here doing my thing, talking about, people taking kindness for weakness. How you give folks an inch, they take a mile. You let people slide, they think they got ice skate on you. You know how that goes. Oh my God, Mel, what you said is late in the evening. I thought you were gonna bust out lyrics to the wonderful thought. It's a wonderful tonight. No. I didn't. It's late in the evening, but I don't know that song. So that's what it is. Oh yes, plenty of those around. Yeah. That's I don't know. I'm just thinking about different things right now as I'm going on. Just different times where people, being kind to someone who hates you is for your benefit. Why carry negative emotions around all the time? Yeah. It's kind of crazy, Slayer. I mean, I agree with you on that, Lulu. It's a situation where you have to guard your heart and whatnot. You don't know that song. Seriously, oh my God, what is life right now? I don't know that song. I don't know that song, Cargo. Believe it or not, Mel does not know every song. There's a lot of songs I don't know. There's a lot of movies I don't know. There's a lot of popular culture I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I'd be willing to know, but that's just what it is. What is life right now? Life is this live stream right now. That's what's going on, But I appreciate all you folks for being here. You lovely folks, you kind folks, you sweet folks. Sing What a Wonderful World. Wow, I don't remember that. Okay, Mel, your homework is to listen to Eric Clapton, Wonderful Tonight. I know Eric Clapton. And one of my favorite songs for him is If I Could Change the World. If not, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. And you're loved back as well. If I could change the world, I would. No, I'm trying to remember song lyrics in his late night. Forgive me. Sometimes late night. I'm not really all that good with that. I'm trying to. I got to put a musical selection in my live stream. I'm like, okay, well, this is the musical section of it. Shooby dop dop woo. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of songs. I mean, I feel like I gotta have a karaoke machine over here. Oh, I gotta have another iPad and a green screen behind me, and then the lyrics come. She bang, or Gangnam Style. I don't know. That's what that is, though. But yeah, Lulu, that's definitely what that is. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Every time I come on the live stream and I see you beautiful folks here in the chat, I think, what a wonderful YouTube. What a wonderful, group of people that come through. Thank you for not bringing the drama and negativity. Being kind to someone if he hates his benefit, why carry negativity emotions around all the time? Yeah, I agree with you, Lulu. You should not carry negativity and emotions around all the time and whatnot. But it can be a thing. You got to find and strike a balance. And it's also true. You don't want to have a situation where you're just holding on to that. I remember is loved by his sister from another Mister. Good ideas for fairly, right? Yeah. Yeah. No. We get the idea. That's funny. That's funny. I never heard it that way. But shout out to you, Cargo. Nobody's gotten any ideas. Just don't give them any ideas. Yeah. That was funny, Cargo. That was definitely funny. Yeah, but I don't know. It is for your benefit, like you were saying, Lulu. As far as things go, you want to, be able to let go of things and be kind to folks and be polite. But I think sometimes it's a situation where you can be too polite. Sometimes you have to back up and let people be. especially when people were taking advantage of you or trying to take advantage of you in whatever particular situation. People leeching off of you, trying to get money, just trying to use you because they may think you're weak. And it bothers me sometimes when people think, like kindness is weakness, and, folks, who are trying to have the best interest in mind for you, who are just trying to show love to you, that's a, point or move for you to take advantage of them. And it bothers me. It bothers me because it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be like that. You can actually have a situation where why not a person just say thank you or please to you or give you something, and it doesn't have to be about what that person is trying to get from you in return. Some people are paranoid. Some people don't know how to accept a kind gesture. Some people don't know how to be smiled at. Remix, I see Mel Stream and Lurkers too. They stare at the drama, but Melma stays cool. And I think to myself, this is a quality YouTube. Yeah, that was a remix. I like that remix. And then there was Llama Monster. I appreciate you, Llama Monster. Thank you for the love that you showed last night. The continued love that you show, in each and every live stream that you attend, as well as Slayer, as well as Cheryl, and Lulu too. Cargo, I see you. It's a lot of cool people that come here, And I know you probably all felt this too, as far as when it becomes trying to be kind to somebody, trying to, show a gesture of just, I don't know, just decency, human decency. There's nothing wrong with being a decent human being, back and forth, dyslexia, but sometimes people make you lose your intensity. Sometimes people make you pull back. Sometimes people make you want to say, what, maybe I want to curse you instead of love you, instead of hugging you, as I give you one of these, but, I try to shy away from the violent parts and whatnot. I don't know. It's a challenge though sometimes, and especially too sometimes at our work, at places of work, when you're dealing with people, from a business standpoint, you want to treat folks, kind, nice, and all that stuff. But then people want you to make the exception. Everybody always wants you to make the exception. Can you make the exception for me? Can you, let it slide, for this fifth time, this sixth time, or whatever it may be. And sometimes you don't want to let things slide. Sometimes you don't want to go through the nonsense. Sometimes you don't want to have to try to understand, where the other person is coming from. But it goes into, treating folks as you want to be treated. Yeah, you know how it is, Cargo. It's challenging for sure when you're dealing with people. Sometimes when you're dealing with family and friends like that. Sometimes you don't want to deal with the sob stories. Sometimes you don't want to lend a person money. Sometimes you don't want to go through the drama. Sometimes you just want to have peace and have a regular day. Thank you for the reality check previous stream. I was reflecting on that for a few hours after that stream. Well, Slayer, I care about you. A couple of folks here care about you. We don't want to see anything happen to you. And then also, too, you were out on a public stream talking about things that you wanted to do in your personal life. That's probably not the best place to do it. That's not probably the best way to go about it. So, they could trace you back, and the FBI is watching, the NSA and all those folks is out there. They watch this stuff. Don't get it twisted. So crimes and stuff happen. They got no problem going over to YouTube and, getting the evidence and going on the stream. And then there was Lynn Denton. Thank you, Lynn Denton, for coming through. I appreciate you. Shout out to Seth out there. Shout out to Seth. I don't know if you face this as well. Lynn, sometimes you can be a little bit too nice sometimes, and folks take that niceness for, for weakness, that kindness for weakness. And they just see watching me as having a boring evening. Well, I guess it's boring until you do something. That's when you do something. Then it becomes happen. Too nice. Well, you know how that goes. It's just you got to be careful not to be too nice because people take advantage of that, and there's people sitting around lurking, waiting for the opportunity, to take you to another place, to a place where you don't need to go. To take your kindness for weakness, to take your love and use it against you. A lot of times people will use the fact that you love them against you. Not a lot, not everybody, but there are people out there who will do that. There's family, there's friends, there's people that you may have had romantic relationships with that will take the fact that you care about them, and they'll try to use it as a bargaining chip or something like that. And it's kind of crazy. It's just I try to pull back. Sometimes I try to remember, hey, you can't give too much of yourself. Sometimes you can give so much, to somebody else that you forget to take care of yourself, that you forget to feed yourself, that you forget that you need to be taken care of as well. I know some of y'all folks out there have had, situations where you got a big heart and you're trying to look out for so many different people, and you forget to look out for yourself. And then you turn around and you say, well, I'm giving money and time and energy and food and advice and just well-being and well wishes to other folks, but you look over, you say, who's giving it back to me? So sometimes you have to, practice self-preservation. Luckily for me, I'm the kind of jerk, so it's not really a problem I ever had. Well, Lava Monster, you do have monster at the end of your name, so I could imagine you've been there. Sometimes you want to give an individual all you have, hoping it will be returned, but you know that a relationship is impossible with the girls of my generation. Well, I'm not gonna say that, Slayer. I'm not gonna say that. That's that. The first part of that I could understand, but I won't chump that up to the girls or the guys of this generation. It's just you're looking at the wrong person. Never give more than you're willing to lose. Llama Monster. With the bars right there. That's really philosophical justice. Mac Truck, what's going on? Hello to you, sir. Appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, nah, you don't want to give more than you're willing to lose, but some people ain't willing to lose much. Seth says hi. All right, shout out to Seth. Appreciate you. Shout out to the young man out there. Yeah, but as far as, let me go back to your thing, Slayer. As far as the second part of your comment, I can understand that you may give your all to somebody hoping that something may come of it. A lot of times you first got to see if that's compatible, be it a friend, be it a family member, be it, co-workers or whatever. You have to really see, the personality traits, see if you have like minds, that if you should even be in the same situation where you're talking to each other, conversing with each other, really rapping a taste with each other and building with each other on some things. It does come down to a situation where, you do try to be aware of who you're dealing with, and it lets where, whether or not your efforts are going to waste. Sometimes you can have a gesture that's wasted because of the fact that no matter how you approach somebody, they wasn't going to appreciate it either way. So, sometimes you can be too nice, too kind, too polite, but just because of the fact that they wasn't going to appreciate it anything. Okay, you're supposed to trust an individual wholeheartedly. Why hold back? That's not full trust. Well, it depends on who you're trusting. I mean, you can't trust everybody wholeheartedly. I'm not gonna sit here and say I trust Eddie and everybody I meet wholeheartedly or whatnot. You give of yourself, but at the same time, you still try to be careful. Because like I said, as you get to know people, it takes time. Even if you're gonna give wholeheartedly, you give wholeheartedly over time. People should earn your love. They should earn your trust, and vice versa. What's going on, Game Over? What's going on, Caesar? Hail Caesar, see you out there. Appreciate you folks for being here. I know some of you folks may not have any problems, with being nice. I'm just no longer trusting no relationship. I'll be okay. Well, you can do that. You got to watch out for diseases and stuff like that. Those things happen, but don't let somebody make you jaded, I say. And that's one of the other things that come from being too kind, too polite, and then having people take advantage of you. Sometimes it can make you jaded. Sometimes it can turn you into a jerk, a bastard. Excuse my language. It could turn you into a hideous spawn of Satan, if you allowed it. I could use wow. Yeah, Llama Monster. I don't know. I kind of read your good stuff. Wow. Okay, so people were giving you advice. Anyway, you got certain things that a condom and prep won't watch out for. STIs. It's called sexually transmitted infections. A condom and prep can't guard against that. But I digress. I digress from the sexual education part of the live stream. But I get it. It's just the thing is when you're dealing with people, be it in a relationship, be it at work or a family, you don't want to have people make you jaded. Much love, brother. I'm still sitting here in the hospital that had a seizure for I need. Damn, man. Damn, K-Dog. God, thoughts and prayers with you, man. I hope you make it through, man. You're the second person I heard of, on a live stream who had a seizure. Your man Smokey for President, he had a seizure not too long ago, but I don't want to put too much of that stuff out there. He had it on a live stream, so I'm not gossiping about him. But shout out to Smokey. Hopefully everything is well with you. Glad you're still alive. K-Dog, I'm glad you're still here, man. You know, take care of yourself, rest up, heal up. But have you experimented with the same sex? No, I have not. I have not. I see where that attention. I see where that question is going, but no, I have not. That was a naughty question, Caesar. That's a naughty question. Sorry, I had to step away. No, don't worry, Cheryl. I'm still here. I'm still rocking out, doing what I got to do. You know, so that's what it is. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna leave that alone. But yeah, that's what that question is. I don't want to start anything, you know, but you know, I respect all people. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to start anything, but I understand where you're coming from. You know, I don't even understand the context of that question, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, back to what I was saying though. What was I saying? Yeah, you want to be careful, Slayer, not to have people make you jaded. I want to be a jerk kind of brother, and I did the right thing, provided for the home and everything, the bedroom, needs wants, yet I'm into nice. That's that's challenging. My sister is my neighbor next door. She had surgery today. It's funny because family doesn't know who to visit no more. Sorry about that, K-Dog. Sorry about the situation with your sister. Sorry about the stuff that you're going through. It's kind of rough and whatnot out there. Just try to be safe. That's the best thing I can tell you. Try to heal up. Listen to the doctors. Do what you got to do. Be there. Make it work. Make it happen. You know, like I said, thoughts and prayers, you know, going out to you and your family. Sorry about the situations that you may be going through and whatnot. You know, it's kind of crazy like that, you know. But what was you saying again, Slayer? I want to be a jerk kind of brother. I did the right thing, provided for the home and everything, bedroom needs, wants, yet I have been too nice and I have to pay for it to get wrong. Well, Slayer, she told me I was too nice and good of a man. I'm like, what? Well, here's the thing. If a woman tells you that you're too nice of a man, and that's the reason that she used for mistreating you and doing something to you, and vice versa for a man to a woman, then you're dealing with the wrong man or woman in that particular situation. I'll tell anybody in a heartbeat, if a person has to mistreat you, use and abuse you in order for you to be in a relationship with that person, be it work, you know, be it personal, whatever the case. Well, as I put out a timeout. Oh, there's a comment. The comment that you made, Caesar. You basically asked a straight man, did he experiment with same sex situations? It kind of could get, the context of your question. That's why. So it's kind of crazy. This second time, I'll be talking about everything though. Yeah, I do, but you know, the moderator, she took it that way. So you had to put context to it. So that's what it is. I do be talking about everything. Mel, love to you and your awesome. Thanks for so much kind words. Yeah, yeah, K-Dog, heal up, get ready. Get ready. I don't know what to get ready for. Get better, get better, get well soon. You know, get better, get well soon. So I appreciate you for that, for coming through and just letting me know updates on what's going on with you. I'll try to check in with you. Yeah, yeah, everything's gonna be all right, Cheryl. Everything's gonna be all right. Don't you worry about a thing. We're gonna be all right. You know, just gotta put everything in the proper context about, you know, what's happening, what's going on. Yeah, but Slayer, back to what I was saying with you. I'll be subbing with you, Troll Cow as well. Okay, I got you. Let me get back to what Slayer was saying because I don't want to lose what he's saying. If you have to be in a relationship of any type, be it family, friends, all this stuff, I can't educate you on how it works. I can only give you my advice from where I come from, where I stand, just how I see it. You know, like I said, I don't have all the answers. I'm not always right. I could be wrong. Other people will. You could corroborate this with other people. You know, don't just take my word for it. However, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you know, romantically or whatever, okay, got you, Caesar. Thank you. Back to you, Slayer. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they're saying you're too good of a person, that's a cop-out. Hands down, that's a cop-out. I'll take your word. Thank you, I appreciate it, but don't just take my word for it. Check it out for yourself. That's a cop-out. Even as a man, when you're dealing with a female and you're saying she's too nice, that's the reason why you're treating her bad. That means that you want somebody who may be a little bit on the dark side. You may want somebody who's a little slutty. You may want somebody who's open and their morals are low, or maybe their standards are not as high. Maybe you want somebody who's not going to push you forward, and you're going to have a relationship where you two could, build and combine and do some things, and vice versa with a man and a woman and whatnot. You have somebody who's saying every once in a while they want to be able to veer off and do their thing. They want their cake and eat it too. Some people may not like that. That may not be comfortable. You may not want to hear that. But let me answer this door. Let me answer this door. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, what's going on? Oh, wow, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I left my keys in the door. I left my keys in the door. That's how crazy it was. Had my neighbor knocking on the door. I left my keys in the door. Oh man. So that's what it is. Nah, I wasn't getting swatted. I wasn't getting swatted. If you ask a woman out, you should pay. Absolutely. Yeah. On the first date, should the man pay or should the two go Dutch? It depends on who asked who out. I agree with Cheryl. If you ask the person out, then definitely you should pay. That gets dicey when it just keys. Yeah. So no, it's keys. I wasn't getting swatted. Actually, I must have been tired. I think I was in here rushing trying to get to the live stream. That's what it was. I wanted to do the live stream, and the neighbor just knocked on my door. Somebody was gonna see the keys anyway though, but I thought something was on fire. But I'm good. I'm here. Anyway, back to that whole situation. It depends on who asks who out on a date. But it does get a little dicey when a woman asks you out on a date, and then she may expect you to pay. She asks you out on a date. You could go Dutch depending on whatnot. If she asks you out, well, you can discuss it. But should a woman expect a man to pay, or should she take money just in case? Should she at least offer to pay? It really depends. Because it depends on the person that you're dealing with. I'll always say a man can never go wrong if he chooses to pay, for a date after he asks a female out, because it could get kind of tacky when a man asks a female out and then you turn around and say, well, we got to go Dutch, and you probably should pay. That's kind of tacky. Unfortunately, a woman probably could get away with asking a man out on a date and then still having that man pay. So that's something that you would have to discuss. That's when you could go Dutch. When a woman asks you out to go on a date, you can go Dutch. Now, if you're married to a woman and she asks you to go out and you're the husband, I tell you, pay for the date. You'll be the better for it. You'll definitely be the better for it. But sorry about that. I paid my first date with my part was 35 and hers was 100. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Slayer, so much to learn. On a first date, if you as a man you're trying to impress a woman, I listen. I encourage you, save up some money if you have to. Save up money if you have to. Pay. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't know what to say about that. Wow. If a woman asks, if you ask a woman how they should pay, yeah, the pizza's here. No, I don't have no pizza. I don't even know how we got to that. Yeah. Okay, Slayer. So back to what I was saying. I got so sidetracked. I'm getting so sidetracked tonight. Sorry about that. Curious how old is Slayer? Slayer's probably in his 20s. No, I paid the 130. Oh, you paid the 130. Okay, cool. Sorry, Liz. Sorry. I can't believe I left my keys in the door. Oh man. That's what it is. Oh well, whatever. I was really distracted. I was really rushing here to get to this live stream. Sorry for those folks that are coming in and out. I appreciate you folks for in and out, all the way in and out. Wasn't in 135. I don't know what it was, Cheryl. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know what it was. He said it was. Let me see. He said I paid my first date with her. My part was 35. Hers was 100. So you wound up paying 130. So you paid for the whole thing. I'll be 25 on July 23rd. Kudos to you. Congratulations to you. I forget what sign that is, but it's probably a dope sign. You know, a Leo. I think you said you were a Leo or something like that. Yeah. But shout out to the Leos of the world. Anyway, I'm trying not to get sidetracked back to where I was. I was somewhere before we got here into going Dutch and paying for dates and stuff like that. You know, it's important to know who's going to pay for what when it comes to money. Discuss, what's what and whatnot. So, yeah. I was going to slay it as far as talking about, the cop out. Okay, being jaded, being with somebody in a relationship. It's a cop out when somebody's in a relationship that tells you that you're too nice, and they're using it as an excuse because they really want somebody who's going to treat them maybe more abusively, or they're not going to hold them to any standard, or really cause them to really be the best that they can be. So you find somebody that says, why are you challenging me in the relationship? Why do you want the best for me? Why can't I just be good sometimes, and then when it's convenient for me, slip and slide and do things in the dark, shady and whatnot. Nah, wait, though, she was wrong, and I only charged me 4 out of the 5 trains she had. Okay, you still talking about that? As far as who's going to pay for the date, that's something you discuss before the date. That's something that if it comes to that, if you feel like you're going to pay and you're going to try to be impressed or whatever, then that's just something that you can do. So we're there with that. I see a couple of people in the side chat out there doing their thing. Shout out to the lurkers and the people that are out there right now. Forgive me if I'm a little sidetracked because I did have my keys in the door. I was so hyped and in a rush to get here to do this live stream that I left my darn keys in the door. You might even heard me curse on the live stream, but that's just what that is. I thought something was on fire. So, oh my God, that's just what it is. If you're tight, don't do a restaurant that's too expensive. Yeah, you're right, Cheryl. If you're tight, don't do a restaurant that's too expensive. But at the same time, if you know you're gonna go there, if you got credit cards, if you got money in savings, sometimes you can pull a little bit of money out from there. Pay off a credit card bill, do what you got to do, make it work. However that happens. I don't know how we got here, but relationships. I just think that when a person says you're too nice, and and they're using that for a reason, to take advantage of you, I think that's a cop out. I went to Cheddar Scratch Chicken. I don't know what that is. That's probably a down south thing. I don't know if it's a chain of restaurants, but that's just what that is. That's more for Slayer Hun, just saying. Okay, yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good, Cheryl. I get you. Things happen. I appreciate it, but sorry, here, just driving. Nah, it's all good. It's all good, Lynn. It's all good. I appreciate you for listening to me. Just driving. I'm all over the place right now, but I'm still here. I still am on topic, just off topic, on topic, back and forth. It's interesting because I'm pausing in the middle of me talking about what I'm talking about because I'm actually thinking about the stuff that you're putting in the chat. I don't want you to think that I don't actually think about the stuff that you're saying, and it's really interesting to me, different thoughts that people have about dates, different thoughts that people have about, how they want to be and how they want to be treated and whatnot. I just say, however a person treats you, a lot of times you don't want to try to reflect that back on other people. If people are negative towards me because they think my kindness is weakness and whatnot, okay, Caesar, welcome back. Then that's a problem. That's a problem if I allow that to persist. People will disrespect you a lot of times because they may not know how to deal with somebody being kind to them. They may not know how to understand that, sometimes people have your best interest in mind, and, they're not trying to, do you in and take you down and, be vicious towards you. Some people can't handle that. Some people can't handle a compliment. I know myself at one point when people used to compliment me, I always was like wondering where they were coming from. I wasn't tight, but 100 on the first date just for her. Well, you don't want to know what I spent on first date, Slayer. You don't want to know. What's going on, Art? Appreciate you for coming through. It also depends on the person when it comes to a first date. When you're going out on a first date, spending that $100 or spending $30, it also denotes the type of relationship that you're going to have, and it says something about the character of you. When you're dating somebody or you're going with somebody that you may find yourself with in a McDonald's versus somebody you may go to a 4-star restaurant with, or, have a Netflix and chill type of night. So that's something that you have to decide as it pertains to the type of person that you're going to take out, what you're going to spend. Now, just because you spend $130 or $300 or $400 or even $1,000 doesn't mean you're going to have a good time. Doesn't mean the relationship is going to go anywhere. Doesn't mean that person owes you anything after that's over. But it is like Lama Monster said, never give more than you're willing to lose. She was just ordering stuff and didn't even eat it. I was pissed. I would be pissed too, you know. And Rebel Stay Sovereign, you invited me to a video call. I am live at this moment. Appreciate those folks that's in Lulu's Hangout. Shout out to you. Shout out to Lulu if you're still around, still doing your thing. I'm doing my thing here. If I have time after the live stream is over, I may jump into that and check you out over there. But shout out to the people with Lulu's Hangout. Shout out to all the folks out there that's doing their thing tonight. Shout out to everybody live streaming for the right reasons and whatnot. It is what it is as it pertains to that. But yeah, Slayer, sometimes it really depends on who you're dealing with, what are you willing to lose in that situation. I'll invest $3 the next time. Yeah, you can invest $3, but I don't know if that relationship is going anywhere. He's like, yo, baby, check this out. We're going on a date. I got $3. $3. We go to the chicken spot. We're going to go stand on the corner for a little bit. We're going to go watch Netflix on my phone on the corner and chill. And let's see where it goes. No real one's going to pick up the most expensive thing on the menu either. This is true. But at the same time, you have to know when, things are going a little too far. If I'm at a date with somebody and they're ordering stuff and they're not eating it and the bill is racking up, then, I got to call for check, please, abort mission. Being nice is one thing. Being a sucker is another one, However, be prepared. Yes, be prepared. Like I said, I order one thing, you don't eat it, that's $20. I order another thing, that's $30. Okay, you got a $50 limit. All right, check, please. It's time to go. I would rather pay $50 and have a bad date that first time than to constantly be spending money and being the nice guy, and being the sucker. No one should be a sucker. Yes, no one should be a sucker, but it is like I've been told by the old timers, by different people in my travels, you can only be the victim one time before you become a participant. We're going to a Dollar Tree to get some. You got a sausage crackers in the filter and a 2-liter. Listen. If you find somebody that go for that, then that's love. I remember one time I was with a female, on and off. This wasn't a first date, but I remember we was in a McDonald's and we were sitting around a whole bunch of homeless people, and she was just telling me, she was like, oh, no other girl would accept this, and no other girl would some other girls would complain, and maybe they would, but this wasn't even like a date. This was just like us moving back and forth into transit between other places, Yeah, I mean, when you're in a relationship, I don't know if it was love, but it was like, look, we're going to go to this McDonald's right quick because we back and forth out of town, I mean, I can take you to a 5-star restaurant, you leave in town, but, that's another thing, and you got bags with you, but, it happens. But listen, you can find somebody that's going to go for Vienna sausages and pull up for that. So a 2-liter soda for the Dollar Tree, hey, that's love, Oof, you found a good one. You know what I'm saying? Go to Walmart or something and get you like a deal. So no one should take advantage of anyone. Yeah, no one should take advantage, Cheryl, but the reality is people take advantage. And the thing is to guard yourself against being taken advantage of. The thing is to know when people genuinely care about you and genuinely are concerned about your well-being. And then when somebody is just saying, hey, I'm going to take you for the ride. When folks taking you for the ride, that means it's always a taker, takers. If they don't give anything back, if they're not concerned, if they don't, not hesitant, they're always asking for stuff, they're always dumping their problems on you, then chances are that person is trying to play you for the sucker. You being the target, and I tell people, like the youngsters told me, don't be the target, I mean, if you want to be the target, that's up to you, but don't be mad when you get hit. That's how I'm going to test my next potential relationship. Well, I don't know if you ever saw Bronx Tale. I don't know if you ever saw Bronx Tale. They have the test, the car door test. The car door is where, you let her get in the car first, and then if she opens the car, your side, your side, the driver's side, then you know that's somebody that's for you. It's like that. Unfortunately, been there. Yeah, it happens. It happens, Cheryl. I mean, unfortunately, we all probably had people, who've taken advantage of us and taken our kindness for weakness and said, okay, because this person has bought things for me or done things for me, maybe now, I'm going to make this individual the doormat. I'm going to walk all over them. I'm going to step all over them. I'm going to, put them under my foot, make them a yes man or a yes woman and things like that. And it's kind of crazy like that. You have to guard yourself and insulate yourself from that. Pay attention to the signs. Listen to what people are saying when you're talking to them. Know where folks are coming from. If somebody's telling you they're a user or abuser, if somebody's telling you that they're not high esteemed or they don't have great moral character, believe them. Don't take that for granted. It is what it is with that. Lulu was saying something in the chat. I see you, Lulu, back and forth. I don't know if you're that. But yeah, that's just definitely where I stand on that. It's kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy. You just got to be careful. And also too, to go back to a point that Slayer made earlier, you want to be careful not to become that jaded person. You don't want to become what you hate. You don't want to become an user and abuser like somebody else that has used and abused you. Sometimes you can be in so many different bad relationships that what happens is you start saying, hey, you know what? Since they treated me like that, I'm going to be that way. Or, the whole, woman scorn thing. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorn. That's when people will tell you who they are right away. You have to listen. Yeah, people will tell you. Maybe we're going to have the hamburger helper. Yeah, mashed potatoes, no milk. Split a slice of bread and the piece. Well, listen, I wouldn't I wouldn't test them that much, but just having a conversation with somebody, is worth it. You can talk to people on the phone nowadays. Just feel somebody out, talk to them, get to know them, stuff like that. Getting to know you, getting to love you, and that's how that is. But I mean, to each his own. To each his own. If you want to have hamburger helper and milk, mashed potatoes, and a slice of bread to try to prove whether or not this is the person you should be with, then kudos to you. That works. That's a harsh test right there. But at least you have some Wonder Bread. No frills bread. You get some knockoff bread. But maybe that's part of the test. I don't know. I got this no frills bread. Like, I didn't even know they make no frills. Yeah, they make no frills still. And then we're gonna have this hamburger helper, or instead of hamburger helper, you just call it hamburger's assistant. The hamburger's apprentice. I don't know, whatever. A box, with some stuff in it. Forgive me if it seems like I'm rambling on and whatnot. You shouldn't play games, Slayer. Just get to know someone. Yeah, I agree with you, Cheryl. Just get to know a person. I mean, talk to a person. Listen to what persons have to say and whatnot. Great value bread. Oh my God, you get value bread. Well, the thing is, you want to have situations where you could sit down and talk to a person. If you got to go to a library, if you got to eat at a restaurant, local restaurant or something, whatnot, go to the park, talk to somebody, find out who they are. Don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to slap them down and push them out and say, I don't know, I'm not going to deal with that, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. It's not hard to get to know a person. It's just that sometimes we may give a little bit too much of ourselves because we put so much of our hopes and our dreams in other people. Yes, Lynn, I knew you were like that. I mean, you don't want to put too much of yourself into another person. You want to be able to give of yourself, but at the same time, be yourself at the same time. You want to have a partnership. You want to have a situation where you don't feel like you have to make all these compromises and exceptions and these different I don't know, compromises or whatever you call it. I'd say compromises and exceptions. You don't want to lose yourself in the process, unless losing yourself is becoming a better person. Then that's another story. But at the same time, you still want to have your personality. You still want to have your goals, your dreams. That's why I feel like I get with somebody. I don't want that person that I get with not to have goals and dreams and a life and things that they do, because then they'll be sitting home waiting for you to have sex all day, or sitting home, wondering what you're doing. Like, no, you have a life, you got friends. I expect you to still have a life and have friends, You can compromise in certain ways. Yeah, you can compromise in certain ways, but the thing is not to lose yourself in the compromise. You know what I mean, Lynn? It's tough putting your heart on the line after being schooled twice. Well, you don't have to put your heart on the line. I refuse the third time. It's not so much about putting your heart on the line. It's about being smart. You know, I mean, if you are putting your heart on the line, you at least take a calculated risk. You're not the only one in this chat that's been hurt, brother. Like I said, you talking about 3 times. Some of us in this chat could tell you 3 times you're just getting started. Yeah. If you want to be real, like I said, I've had times where I had 3 times back to back in a row, and that was after 5 or 6 other times. So, like I said, don't listen, man. Listen, what? So 3 times, brother. You still young. You still young, bro. Yeah, listen, you ain't know yet. You know, when you standing outside in the cold, man. Like I said, yeah, you're just getting started. You still in your 20s. Like I said, there's times I had to call my mama out in the cold, talking about I will always love you while I need a place to stay. I remember there's a couple of Februarys where it wasn't no Valentine's in sight. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, you're still young. Cheryl, I tell you, you're still young, man. Like I said, I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat, man. What? Man, talking about the third time, man, listen. You better live your life, man. You better sit down. You treat it like a resume. Treat it like an interview process, you know, where you just, you know, like now you don't interview the person, but you sit down and ask, you know, it's like Biggie said, you know, soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind. Find out what your interests are, who you be with, things that make you smile, what numbers to dial. You gonna be here for a while? You know, like I said, you know, I lost my home and slept in my car for 6 months and have no one to go to. Well, that's rough. That's rough. But I still say you're still young, you know, and I don't downplay your experience. I really don't. But with you being 25, like I said, I wouldn't change it on heartbreaks. It just had me live and learn. Yeah, live and learn. You try to live and learn from it, you know. I mean, I haven't been homeless because of relationship issues, but I've been homeless before, you know, believe me. I've had situations where we done slept in different places and stuff like that, you know. Didn't, you know, homeless in different states. So, you know, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy like that, you know. It's just what it is. What's going on? I was just doing the live stream. Yeah. So, you know, don't worry, I'm almost over. I'm gonna talk to you in a few minutes. I don't want to show you on camera, so, you know, it's all good, you know. The family members just came in, so that's what it is, you know. Yeah, but you gotta live, you know. We had a house together, and she currently is in it. Wow, that's rough. But you try to live and learn from the situations, you know. Try not to let the situation get you down, you know. It's kind of crazy like that sometimes, you know. But I don't know. Just don't let it change you. Don't become jaded in your situations and whatnot, you know. Try to keep pushing on and learn from your experiences because you're still young. So, you know, that you being young, you know, you can let these situations defeat you, or you can learn from them, you know, because, you know, you have a lot of life to live and whatnot, you know. I mean, you experience things and it can get you jaded. It can make you, you know, become hardened and whatnot, but you don't want to be too hard to the situation or be too hard to what's going on in life, you know. That's crazy. Hold on 1 second. You have anything else to add to the conversation? You heard, Moms? You want to talk about being too nice? So what? Oh, well, Mother said never let anybody change you. You know, well, there you go. Mother saying never let anybody change you. That's just what it is. Anything else you want to add to that too? No? Okay, she's just scared of the camera. Yeah, she's there somewhere, you know. But they said hello to you. Yeah, but we had a house together, and she's currently in it. It's not easy, bro. I try to do right, but it's like this: the people living in this world, their sole mission is to use it. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Slayer. That's true. But you try not to make it. You try not to make it about that. You try not to make it about, you know, the type of people that you're around. What you want to do is find the right type of people to be around. You want to be in a situation where, you really think about the type of people that you want in your life, because it comes down to the people that we choose. You could choose who's in and out your life, as it pertains to, romantic relationships or friends that you have. You can't choose your family, as my mother says many times, but you want to try to make better choices as the people that you're around. You want to have, people of high character. Yes, I agree with what Cher was saying. Yeah, you are the company you keep. Change the people you are around. Change the type of people that you go after. And it's hard sometimes because we have different people that we're used to. Exactly what I was basically typing about. Yeah, no, I was just repeating what you were typing. But you are the company that you keep. And a lot of times we may, be around the same type of people that are bringing us down. That are hurting us and being a detriment to us in, in particular situations and whatnot. It's up to us to choose, the type of people that we want to gravitate towards and the type of people that we want in our life. As I'm talking to you, I'm realizing that I probably should take the meat out of the freezer because I am going to make me something to eat after this live stream. I got some turkey burgers from the other day. So yeah, this is it's gonna be really some Mel late night. I'm getting my cook on, So I got this, turkey burger meat right here. You know how it is. It's a live and learn thing, Slayer. You'll be all right. Yes, you will. And especially when you got dope live streams like this to come through. Oh my God, I wish I had a dope live stream like this to come through when I was 25, 24. Somebody hitting me with the gems and wisdoms of life and all that other stuff, But yeah, that's just what that is. So, you got a whole lot of life to live, I mean, don't give up on yourself. Don't be too jaded. You got so much, you can learn from this situation. I think look back on it, what is it? Uh, I forget the philosopher's name, but he said life is best um, understood backwards, but lived forward. So you live it forward, but you look back on the situations that you've been through, and you begin to understand. Yeah, some people say I'm like a father figure, minus the child support, but we're gonna leave that alone, But yeah, no problem, Cheryl. Appreciate you. Yeah, as far as that goes, though, Slayer, I mean, you can let the situation defeat you, or you can learn from it. And it's never really a waste of time. Time is never truly wasted if you learn from it. Time reveals all. Time will reveal your character. It will show who you are, show who you can become. It will show you a lot of different things about yourself. Minus the child support. Yeah, I heard somebody's gonna say that. Because if I'm paying child support, then things get a little too serious. I mean, I'm not trying to do the co-parenting thing right now. I don't know if I ever will, but it happens. I love the kids. Mel love the kids. So, you gotta love the kids. You gotta love the people. You gotta be there for them and whatnot. But like I said, I ain't gonna be too nice to let somebody else's kids walk over me, especially if I ain't birth them. But that's just what that is. Shout out to those kids. Mel love the kids. Hashtag Mel love the kids. Let's make it trend. But that's just what that is as far as that goes. So this is where we are. Should I even be focused on a relationship at my age? Seriously. As a main focus, no. As a main focus, no. I mean, if you want to go to school, if you want to, learn a trade, if you want to, get yourself in shape, find out who you are as a person, yeah, hashtag Mel love the kids. Yeah. Right now at 25 or 24 going on 25, that shouldn't be your highest priority. No, no. I mean, I know it wasn't mine at 24, but I'm a different person. You're a different person. So to each his own. Is it something you could explore? It's something you could explore. But at 24, 25, you should be thinking about your financial future. You should be thinking about your education. You should be thinking about your health. You should be thinking about setting up the next 10, 20 years. Stuff like that. As you set yourself up financially, mentally, spiritually, start looking at goals and stuff that you have for a lifetime, things that you want to accomplish, in the future. Then you start looking, as you start nearing your 30s, hey, maybe I want to settle down or be with somebody, but you got time to work and do different things and go out there and explore and travel and do different things. You don't have to, be, tied down to a relationship right now. Take time out to learn from the relationship that you had and get to know yourself. Definitely get to know yourself. I wish I would have took more time with that. And even in your early 30s, you don't have to run and jump into something, but let things develop. Don't force the action. Let it be a situation where, it comes to you and you're ready for it. prepare for the type of person that you want to be with. Be the type of person that, you want somebody else that's prepared for you. So, it's kind of crazy like that, Back drive and not still here. Yeah, thank you for being here, Lynn. Appreciate you. Nothing wrong with that, but I think I'm at the point where I'm about to get up out of here. I was gonna go an hour and a half, but I'm gonna talk to my family and then I'm gonna go make some food and then we're gonna do all that. Yeah, I try to be there sometimes. And it is Tosh time. Tosses a tea bag. Lynn, love you. Okay. Nothing wrong with a tea bag. Thank you for Tosh time coming through. See, this is where I'm tempted to extend the live stream even more. But I'm gonna do a rundown for Tosh time just because Tosh time came through. What we were talking about in this live stream is about being too nice. Sometimes you can be too nice to a person to the point where you become the doormat. You want to kind of balance it out. Sometimes you got to learn to say no. You got to learn to step back. You got to learn not to let yourself be taken advantage of. As certain people said, sometimes it seems like, people only have it in their heart to use you and abuse you and whatnot. Yeah, I kind of figure this is something that folks can relate to. So, this is something to know when to say no, when to say enough is enough. Look at people for who they are. People will tell you who they are. They will show you who they are, and realize them for that. I think one of my favorite quotes is Bill Duke, black director Bill Duke. He says, I never get mad at people for showing me who they are. He said, what I do is I get mad when I don't realize it in time, Well, sometimes it's great messages. I'm not always as great as I would like to be, Tosh Time. You're too kind. I appreciate you, though, This was a cool live stream tonight, though, definitely. Definitely worthwhile. Definitely one, not to miss. But I appreciate you folks for being here. There's a lot of stuff said. Also, too, shout out to the replay gang. If you get to this point, who knows? Maybe there's a special surprise. But for the most part, it's been cool. Gonna go speak to my family. Gonna go make some turkey burgers. Live in the morning. No, don't extend the live on account of me. Enjoy the turkey burgers. Oh no, I'm gonna end the live. I am gonna end the live soon. No live in the morning, Slayer. You probably haven't seen the other live stream that I did. Okay, so let me explain. I'm just gonna keep it streamlined. This is the late shift with Mel. I'm more than likely gonna just be doing live streams late night. Some of them are gonna be an hour and a half. Some of them are gonna be an hour just because of time constraints and stuff like that, and other conversations that I need to have. So me going live in the morning, unless it's by some special requests, I'm probably not gonna go live in the morning. Now, if you're making a request, if enough people are making a request for me to go live in the morning, then I'll do a morning live stream for those people by request. But if no requests are being made for a morning live stream or a topic or something that you want to talk about, more than likely it's just the late shift. Request made, well, you have to say what your request is. So that's just what it is. I don't know what you want to talk about, but leave it in the comment section if you want me to go live in the morning. It may not be this morning, but it'll be some morning, and I'll definitely get back to you. So when this video is uploaded, just make the request. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'll see if I can get a time together, and then we'll make that happen. But for the most part, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you as always. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I think I actually can cut out the light if there's no light in the background. Yeah, see, that didn't work that time. Okay, too much dramatic effect. Anyway, as always, spread love is the Brooklyn way. Take care. Thank you for watching. How to live without mental boundaries. Yeah, you gotta put that in the chat. I mean, in the comment section. We'll work it out.